Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria 2, the Supernations mod on how to mod Victoria 2. And so here you see me in the 1838 on a mod I've been working on as far as the US of A. There is an event that basically more concretely represents the rebellion of 1837 as far as Lower Canada, Upper Canada rebelling against the British or the United Kingdom. And so I have this whole event here, but it says British Liberation of Lower Canada. And so what I'm going to cover today is basically how to create a custom war. And so that's done basically by first making your own custom Casus Belli. That's the easiest way I've found. And the second, you're going to have to go to the localization files and basically get that all set in there. So first, jumping over here, you can see that I already have a custom event that I made before, the Trent Affair War, and that's going to be basically when the UK and the US go to war over the UK's support for the CSA, but that has nothing to do with our current mod. What I'm going to do though is, actually maybe not that one, War, Conquer Canada. This seems good. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this one, copy that, and I'll explain it as we go through. So I'm going to copy one of these Casus Bellis. So first, when you want to create your own custom Casus Belli, basically you're probably going to want to try finding maybe one of these other events that sort of reflects what you're trying to do. In this case, I'm sort of reflecting, well, actually I don't really want what this one does. Let's go all the way back now, I'll show you. So I just copied this one. So can use tag equals, we're going to do England for United K. War with, let's do, so they have to be at war with the Lower Canada, so it's Lower Canada, and Upper Canada, which should be UPC, I believe. Should probably double check that really quick. Supernations events, if I were to go down all the way down here, is it UPC? So there's LOC and UPC, yep. So back to custom Casus Belli's. That is all fine and dandy. So we want that. So they can only use it if their tag is England and they're at war with both Lower Canada and Upper Canada. And they can't have, and in fact, this probably doesn't really matter because it's going to be an event that fires the war anyways. I'm going to make it so flag is, where's the event? Or actually, let's just do this easier. It's probably easier this way. Not equals, let's do exists equals LOC. That would work perfectly fine as well. I'm going to copy that. And if I can actually copy it correctly. And we're going to do UPC as well. So let's go ahead and change that to UPC. So you can only use it if that's what's going on. Anyways, these things up here. This is basically, the sprite is going to be what sort of little icon. So one of these icons, whatever sprite is going to be used there. I think number 5 is a little conquest thing like this one. And that is totally fine with what we want. Is triggered only equals yes. So you can't actually, you know, create or claim. What's the word? Justify with it. That's the word I'm looking for. Second, constructing. No, you can't do that. So you can't actually justify. Crisis equals no. So it's not a crisis Casus Belli either. Bad boy factor. Forget what that does. I think it's how much bad boy you have to have. Prestige to, most of this doesn't really matter actually. Peace cost factor. It costs 70% war score to make peace. Penalty factor. No idea what that is either. But it's there. I probably have to look that up. But anyways, it doesn't really matter too much for this case. Just grab anything. Most of this stuff probably doesn't really matter. So break truce. If you're declaring war and you are on truce with somebody, this is what happens. All that good stuff. Anyways, that's fine. Allowed countries from tag equals this. That's totally fine. So basically, the only country that can use it is the one that you are. Anyways, allowed states. Any owned province is core equals this. But though, are these cores? They are. Well, let's do is core Lower Canada and core Upper Canada. Is core wait, allowed states, any owned province is core. LOC. UPC. I think that's fine. This might not actually work. I'm hoping it does. Anyways, not... That is, of course, defunct. That does not matter. All out states, of course, of course. Okay, anyways, this is the important part. So war equals conquer... no, let's do war, conquer, rebellion. Let's do 1837 name. It's kind of long, but it's unique. That works. On add any country limit equals no, none of that doesn't really matter. Any country, blah, 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 blah. Move issue percentage from jingoism. On peace offer accept. Now, this is what we really want right here. Anyways, so when they accept the peace offer, we can actually have it fire a specific event as well. And so what I'm going to do is USA. No, we'll have it. Actually, I do want the USA to have an event. So because the USA is bordering the country, I'm going to have them have an event fire as well as England. Their own two separate events regarding the end of those two kingdoms if they do lose, which usually they do. Succeed province. What we want actually is a conquer. I'm trying to think if that... What is that actually? I do not remember off the top of my head, so full list of vex. You ever have a question as far as what sort of line of code you want to use? All of them are pretty much right here. And so what we want is an annex one. Annexes the targeted countries to the country in the current scope. So annex 2 equals. Oops. So in that case, all we have to do is make it like this. So LOC. Annex. Actually, what we want to do is actually the... Is that the right one? This. Annex 2 equals England. From. I'm hoping this actually works. I'm sort of steamrolling this right now. That's kind of what the thing is with coding. I did not practice this before. I just kind of figured I'm going to do this anyways. I might as well make a video and sort of show people how I am doing it. That is pretty much it. So what we actually want to do is make this a different tag. Do war of... No, do rebellion of 1837. I'm gonna do this. Canadian rebellion of 1837. So if anybody's curious, this is in your wait, no, that's the wrong thing. Wait, why is it like that? We're in CB types. Anyways, CB types. Let me show you guys super quick where to find that file. Oh, look, it's me again. Supernations. And we want to go to common, I believe, and CB types is right here. So it's just in the common folder. That's it. Anyways. So, Canadian Rebellion of 1837. That is all there. Hopefully this works. Save it. I'm hoping that's actually saved because I did realize that it was already sort of messed up with before. I don't know what I did. Hopefully nothing too bad. So what we're going to do now is when we go to... Okay, so this event. So Rebellion of 1837. You want to know this because when you go to the events down... Oops, not that. Events down over here. You'll see... Oh, that's way too far up. All the way down. And so, beginnings of rebellion, that's not what we want. We want this event right here. So, open rebellion. So, basically, England will get this event. See right here, tag equals England. They'll release UPC, so Upper Canada and Lower Canada, both as vassals. And they'll declare war. So, attacker Wargle Casus Belli. We actually want to switch that to this, Rebellion of 1837. That is their new Casus Belli they are using. And that's pretty much it. So, Rebellion of 1837, that's their Casus Belli. And they are doing defender goal is status quo. Anyways, what we're going to do now is actually go back to the Casus Belli we were just doing, and we want to make events for this. It's not completely necessary for whatever you guys want to do, but this is kind of just adding flavor to the mod because it's a unique war event, and I just want to do that. So okay, anyway, so Supernation events. Let's find out what the next. So 200149. So copy. So the event itself isn't going to do much of anything. It's more just complete flavor. So I'm going to change this to 2049 and 201 or 200150, and hopefully there's no events that actually already. Anyways, the rebellion is quashed. Do that. The rebellion is quashed. Anyways, let's do this. After intense fighting in much of the Canadian East, the United Kingdom has wiped out the last of the resistance. 20149, I think that's Lower Canada, right? Rebellion is no more. Let me just double check that super quick in CB types. I did not even do that. So 20149, 20150, and oh, we want both. Does that work? Because it is 2. We could just do something like this and copy it twice. That's also an idea, because we want to make it unique. So do 2 UPC, and this one's going to be LOC. This annex 2, yeah, I don't even need double this. That's totally fine. Country event 20149, 200150. Do the same thing down here, except we're going to be doing 5 or 5-1, and this one's going to be 5-2. Get rid of that. Allowed states, any owned province is core equals LOC. Hope that doesn't screw up anything. In fact, I'm kind of curious if it does. Does it? Does it? Does it? I'm going to switch it back to this, because that makes more sense. That was totally my bad when I made that. And that should be fine. Let me go ahead and add a little... Is that a syntax? I don't know what that is, actually. That works for me and you right here. Control V. There we go. War Conquest. Name 2. War name 1. That works for me. Conquest of 1837. And this is UPC. Rebellion of 1837. LOC. That fixes that. So now we can actually make unique. And so in this case, CB types. Right, we need to make it so the war event itself changes. So this one needs to be UPC. This one needs to be LOC. So that's fine. And let's do this. Rebellion is quashed. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to copy that. Control V that. That's pretty much fine, actually. So, and this is a major event, so the picture actually does not matter here. I'm going to leave it as that because I don't really want to mess with the pictures. I might actually do that a little bit later. 2051, 2052, and is triggered only equals yes. Yep, that's totally fine. In Lower Canada, because lower, wait, let me just make sure. Because Lower Canada is UPC is the second one. So keep that in mind. So this one's going to be Upper Canada. Right. Upper Canada. Doing some basic stuff. In your case, if you want to do anything more specific and flowery, you can totally do that. Well, that should be good as far as the country events go. Otherwise, let's do this. We're going to want to go straight into localization right here. And you'll see here that there's a ton of different of these events. So what we want to do is actually copy this. So copy. And this is just the icon itself, not the actual war title. So for example, you'll want to see that there's this right here. This is basically going to be what defines what it's going to say, the localization for that little label. And so in our case, we are doing it on this. Copy. Gonna paste. That's the short key, and this is the description. So conquer Canada. No, this is the, oh no, this is the war goal itself. This is not the name. We want to call it quash the rebellion. Quash the rebellion of Lower Canada. And the description: Lower Canada has rebelled. We must quash the rebels and reinstigate loyalty to the crown. There we go. So same thing here. I'm going to just copy that and change this to UPC. And I can actually probably load it up right then. And I'll show you kind of what happens in a second here. So quash rebellion of Upper Canada. Upper Canada right here. So upper. And save, and we are actually going to go ahead and exit out of this screen and reload Victoria 2. Anyway, sorry, I'm just looking at some text messages I had. Anyways, also there was a comment or a message I received from somebody over on the ModDB page. I forget their name, but basically they told me what the issue was behind the whole Bay AI folder being in the mod itself. And so basically there was a small segment in the maps, I think definitions, or I think it was definitions, that was referencing a part of the BAI folder. So I just had to actually reference that to the Supernations folder instead, and it was fixed. So wonderful. There's this, and I think that we want, that's what we want, right? So just load this up, and we're gonna wait for the event to pop up. And it should happen relatively soon, and I will jump right back in as soon as it occurs. So give me one sec, guys. There we go. All right, guys, so basically this is the event. So discontent emerges in Canada. Anyways, you don't really need to know that. That's for the mod itself, but basically what ends up happening, and for some reason it did this, I don't know why, but you have to click this in order to get the rest of the rebellion to end up firing. Lower Canada stole one of our troops. Anyways, yeah, Trader of Scum. There we go, Lower Canada. And so in just a few short months, they will finish their little preparations. Just because I like how in this mod, and so I've been emulating it. If you guys don't know, I am basically creating my mod on top of the Blood and Iron mod, which combines different stuff from the New Nations mod as well as PDM. So basically a ton of different modding building off of each other. And so they basically have a vassal nation, or rebellions will spawn as a vassal nation first. Usually it gives them a few months to be able to get their troops put together, and then the rebellion will fire. And so we're just gonna have to wait a little bit. I guess we kind of want to make sure we can quash the rebellion, but we do not have any. Are these transport ships? 10? Just 10? Guess that works. Anyways, get down here. Losing the race in Idaho. Sorry, ignore that. Anyways, I am getting these troops sent to Canada because once that fires, we're screwed. Because they have anyways, they have an advantage. Open rebellion. So this happens. And now we have this normal war, conquer, rebellion, 1837, name 2. But you have this. So basically what I did before is made it so that this can exist. So United Kingdom, quash rebellion of Upper Canada, quash rebellion of Upper Canada, not fulfilled. That's all it does. So basically it renames, and that's actually not the sprite I wanted to use, is it? I'm gonna jump right back in here. Ignore that. It's a little book I'm writing. Let's see. We want to go to the sprites. Where's the sprites? All right, guys. I think it was 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this and reload. There's war right there. Anyways, save game, save. So all this other stuff doesn't matter anymore because we already modded all that stuff in. All we have to do is change the localization, actually make the custom war. So this is already a custom Casus Belli. We're using quash to rebellion, whatever, blah blah blah. I think I saved it right. Yeah, I saved it. So quit, and then I'm gonna have to reload it. But you can see right here, I changed it to 2 instead of the 5 it was. And I couldn't actually find any specific little database or catalog of what each of the sprites numbers are in the game. I guess I probably could check the mod files, and it's actually an interesting note because I could potentially even change or add my own sprite in there. I didn't even think about that until just now, but that's probably a possibility. But otherwise, I ended up scrolling through all the different little Casus Bellis that were on the list, and I chose the one from Conquest Any, so I'm pretty sure that's it. Pretty sure. We'll find out. Right in a second here. Yep, that's what I want. Quash the rebellion of Upper Canada. So that's what we have. And they have a status quo, normal status quo, Casus Belli. So anyways, you have this right here. Normal war, conquer, rebellion, 1837, name 2. And so what you want to go ahead and do is go to the localization file. You can see that's aggression war, normal war. I'm going to actually copy this one really quick just because, yeah. Anyways, and it should just be normal war, conquer Canada. So it's like that, except you're going to have to add some stuff to it. If we can actually move this. No? Can I not move it? Move. Move. Oh, that's annoying. Anyways. So I'm going to put that right there. Anyways, okay, so normal war. Conquer. This is going to be rebellion. Oops, gotta spell that right. Rebellion. 1837. Name 2. Oops, capitalize that. Name 2. And it's a war between England, and in this case it's against is Upper Canada? Yeah, Upper Canada. So put UPC. So basically you put all of that and then you put the tags of the country. So you have the attacker, which is usually always on the left side, and then you have the defender, which is always on the right side. And so you just put their tags down there. And then this is the name of the war, and we're going to make it the Upper Canadian Rebellion of 1837, I think. Let me actually Google it really quick. I just want to make sure I actually get this sort of correct. Rebellions 1837 to 1838. Patriots Rebellion, crushed by Loyalist forces. The Patriots War. I can just call it Patriot War. Would that be better? rebellion. I'm thinking just calling it the Patriot War. Interesting enough. That wasn't my original plan, but we can just call it the Patriot War. Since that basically is what it was called anyways. Apparently. I also call it the Rebellion of 1837. But anyways, you can call whatever you want, however you want. LOC, and I've got to change this to 1 because that is what the Casus Belli is. The Patriot War, again. So that's all you do for that. So save that and jump straight back into the game. We don't actually need to save anything, so quit and reload. And it should have all that figured out. All right, guys, and here we are. And so after I put in that little localization stuff for it, this right here, I loaded up the game and it hadn't worked. And I had forgotten, it took me 15 minutes before I figured out why it wasn't working. But basically, if the war's already started and then you change the localization stuff for this, it won't show up. So you have to basically back out to before where the war starts. I had to reload a save, have the war fire again, and then the name showed up. And so I just changed it a little bit. Basically, in a case like this, you don't actually have to have the attacker. Sorry, I had to sneeze. You don't actually have the attacker and the defender tagged right here. You just have the regular, normal war, Conquer Rebellion, 1837 name, whatever. Instead, if you're making a Casus Belli that has multiple iterations of the same Casus Belli being used by several nations, you can go ahead and just change the name itself and make it so that only specific nations have the whole attacker and defender tags in it. But otherwise, this is it. I decided to change it to Patriot Rebellion. I could just make it the Rebellion of 1837, though. Maybe I will do it. Yeah. I think that's better. So you can easily just change it however you want. I'm just going to do that just because make it easier. But yeah, there you go. That's the localization for that. Anyways, what I ended up discovering, I used a cheat. So basically I just used the Conquer All War or whatever tag I was doing so I can finish this war quickly and show you guys. But basically you propose the peace and here is your Casus Belli. It looks like, though, that there is a localization that we didn't even consider. So when you do the war goal, apparently you have this right here. So Rebellion of 1837 UPC setup. That we actually didn't put in there. And so what we want to do is go back into the game and change this right here. Okay, so let's do this. And call it setup. And that should fix that. Let's see. That should be good. We quash. That's fine for me. And then do the same thing over here. Just copy that. Paste. And have it labeled as setup. And that's fine with me. So I'm going to reload that again. And hopefully that's fixed itself. Quit that. Victoria 2. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and start it from the beginning too. Just so you can see the name change from this. So I can show you how it totally works. But it's pretty basic. I actually really like doing it, so if any of you guys want to do a mod and have those little custom wars, it's honestly, it's great. It's fun. I love it. Let's see, create checksum. Loading graphics, creating rivers. There we go. So anyways, single player. We're going to start from the autosave, and I'm just going to skip forward to when the war starts. So give me a minute. Alright, and here we go. Here's the event. Took forever for it to fire, but it eventually fired. You'll see right here, Rebellion of 1837. It's 1838, but we will ignore that. I'm still curious if I want to leave it like that, though. I cannot decide. I am indecisive when it comes to these names sometimes because there's so many different names. And anyways, yeah, anyways. So conquer. Oh, I just want to do this. Conquer all UPC, conquer all LOC. Let us go ahead and have this fire. Quash the rebellion. Upper Canada's rebellion was quash the rebels and it reinstate the loyalty to the crown. So that worked. I got annexed. Okay. Give me a second, guys. Alright, so here is my bet, guys. So it says right here on peace offer, accept this annex 2 equals from. Pretty sure it should be this, and this should be from. Because from will be the peace offer is being offered from me, from the player, from the country, and then this is the target. That was a big dum-dum from me. So change that. I'll have to post that later on. So yeah, Control V, save that, and jump back into the game. Oh, that is fun. I'll see you guys in a second when it loads up. All right, guys, now we're back from ground zero. Countries are at war with us. Protectorate of Montana. Hey, we got Protectorate of Montana. I was actually just doing this for fun. Just kind of figuring out like what happens. So I think there's an event. Anyways, that's besides the point. Here we go. Rebellion of 1837. We're going to go ahead and conquer all again. UPC, take them out. And hopefully not get annexed this time. Yay, we weren't annexed. So rebellion is quashed. Awesome. After intense fighting in much of the Canadian East, the United Kingdom has wiped out the last of the resistance. In Upper Canada, rebellion is no more. Rebellion is quashed. Awesome. Ominous. It's ominous, guys. It's ominous. See? Easy peasy. Quashed rebellion. Annexes the country. And we get the event. Oh, freak. Okay, I know why that is, actually. I was kind of... where is it? Any owned province's core equals this. Because any core province is core LOC. I was going to do that instead, and that should actually fix it. Right. So, anyways, that should fix it. Is core LOC. In fact, I'm going to change this to is core equals this UPC or is this LOC? Which one's which again? Oh, this is LOC. This one down here is UPC. Because you can see, I'll show you in a sec. Right now, actually. See right here. We don't actually have a core on this. We had a core on everything else except this territory right here, which is why they were able to keep it. So I'm going to go ahead and redo that. And I'll see you guys again in a second after I fix all these darn bugs. But this is a part of coding. You'll get used to it. All right, and now we are back again with the war. Yeah, anyways, peace out. Conquer all again. And you'll see it should be fixed now. So if I go to LOC, for example, and quash rebellion, ominous, it should, yeah, it's all annexed now. So that's totally fine. Basically, any cores that they have are completely allowed for the taking, and so that was taken. And the rebellion or the event did fire, and that's how you mod a custom war. And I was just messing around over here because I wanted to see what happens when you take these from the US. Because there is a, sorry, this is like totally me ranting, has nothing to do with what I've been doing. But I've been curious about it, and this is actually going to activate in a few days on March or January 5th. So I just want to see what happens. What is this? Mediate Belgian independence, Kowloon incident. So I've never, oh, did not mean to do that. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Get rid of that. It's paused. Take it. Take it. Create protectorate. Ha! Ha! Suck on that, US. Just kidding. Anyways, that's everything. So, you'll see that the entire mod, that's how you basically get an event into the game. So anyways, thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, leave it down below and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. As always, please leave a like down below and consider subscribing if you would like to see more content just like this, more frequent uploads. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time.